Getting fried, Montreal style. Good morning, folks. It's 9:22 a.m. on the 7th day of the, 15th day, 7th month, 2023. I could just get my things reversed here, and I got an American keyboard on this computer. I just noticed. So you'll excuse the typos while I relearn how to type. Right, we got some storms going across the USA. We got some heavy totals slated to come into New Zealand, and I'm not very happy about what I'm seeing coming for a lot of people. Got a heated corridor created here that nothing can go beyond. It had to slide right through here, right through the storms over here in Lebanon, the Chem, Lebanon, on and on and on and on, Middlesbury, Bristol, upstate New York. Out here by Albany, which is the capital of New York, not New York City, as many people would think. There's the capital of New York. It's right there at Albany. Albany. That must be Facebook headquarters could be at Albany over there. No, I didn't say you bangy. That's a hell of a storm spinner right there. Jesus, that's moving way too fast. Oh my God, slow down. Whoa, snail that shit. That's a spinner. This is very bad for the people in this line here, boy. That'll destroy their tomatoes in their garden. Right at that time of year where the rice is nice to eat and the corn is growing. Right there in July. Well, well, what a shame, huh? Geoengineering is quite a real thing here, and it's raging through today over here to through Connecticut and parts here of Maryland and that. Now going over to Chesapeake Bay out here and over to Annenkack. You over here, Annenkack. He's have some Barmakak. Okamak, Annenkack. Malfaz, Annenkack. Ocean City, how you doing over there? Some storms just says conveniently targeting the coast road over there. Must need some freedom going on. Well, this batch is going that way. That one's going that way. We got absolute geoengineering madness going through Virginia over there, Martinsville. That was a nice small racetrack over there. You want to watch some denting going on, you go there. There's some hard NASCAR go on there. Don't ever forget it. Indiana, you've got some big problems up here near Lafayette, Indiana and all that. Where does this came through? Well, it's going a little too slow for me. I'm going to go down to the next hours because I'm just tired of all the waitings. The waitings and the anticipations. We've got a bit of a beam sweat. They're going through the center of Lake Michigan. What's going on here? What's going on? That was me some picture and some totals and some things. In case they changed their mind. I might have something that surprises you here. A little screenshot is something. It might be of interest to you. Oh, we kept that one. Or this one. Ooh. One of the scenarios on the 10s is starting to show. Told you, expect those totals to rise. And I digress. So let's watch the radar here as it moves. Well, it's very slow moving storm here, so you can expect some pretty heavy totals over the next 24 hours, just in very short terms. Okay, so if I go to the accumulation, and I'm going to jump down under and show a few things. The accumulation over the next 24 hours in that SWAT there is containable. It's going to come really fast, though. And so flash flooding in low-lying areas to be expected. The quality of the drainage systems around here. Infrastructure around Flint and that. We'll have problems. Flint River will be running thick. But at least you ain't on the fives looking as bad as they are up here through the northeast of the United States. Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire. Yeah. Not good at all. Coastal roads taking the brunt as they move systems across. Maine look like you got some big totals coming over there. Hey, so watch yourself when you're camping. That's on the 5s. And on the 10s, it's going to be a very, very rainy next couple weeks for you guys. So check your plans. Check your plans. Put on a raincoat and go enjoy it anyhow. Plenty of fishing in the rain out here in my stomping grounds, including all up in Maine. Up in here, lots of camping went on. Like Sebago Lake. Yep. Sebago Lake has locks. And you go through them just right, you'll end up at Lake Winnipesaukee. Yeah. Yeah, how I ended up there one day. I had to figure my way back. What we got here over here? Oh my gosh. It had a canal system over there near us. That's in millimeters. And you guys just figure it out. Go Google that shit. Hey, Florida. I'm going to go to Disney World. You always hear everybody say, oh my God, that's getting in the highs right there. All right, I'll give you some inches, USA. I got some inches for you. And I'm not happy to show you this. Well, you're talking 7 inches of rain. But you're talking that. In that, you have a tropical storm or something's going to hug that coast and go up it. That's what those totals say. Or 2 separate systems moving across. But if it was moving across, I'd see the totals over here. When I see totals over here, is that they're going to move on up the coast. That's where your soggy season is going to come from. Okay, I start to understand that now. Even up through Canada up here, you're going to be so wet. You're beyond moist. Moist, moist, moist. Moist. Madam Moistles. Okay. How you doing, Alaska? Oh! Is any of that going to come as snows? I watched them moving a lot of cold air. Nope. Hey, have some rain. We got Homer. Simpson Island over there somewhere. The Sims. I'm sorry if it's moving in and out. My mouse is just doing something really strange. Fuck. It's doing something strange. I'm going to turn it in and out. Sometimes that does it. There we go. Or maybe he'll change his freaking battery. I don't know. Something's going to occur here in a minute. Right, I'm going to come on in now and do that thing. Yeah, that I do so well, including checking am I running. Maybe pull my phone out as a monitor. So what I want to do right now is take a moment and run the weather plan according to ECMW. Fuck. I'm going to turn these particles off because it seems to add a distraction to the screen. I'm going to let that roll a minute. I want to get my phone going here so I can monitor the questions that might get asked of me. That's strange, my phone is already out of my pocket. Pocket man playing that pool a little long. Yeah, I've got a song of Chem stuck on my head, it won't leave. There's a bit of Elvis to it. I ain't just plugging in properly. Yep. There we go. There's a snip. All right, let's get you guys on the screen. Yeah, I'm really waiting towards the 17th. I've seen a little bit of action came to across New Zealand over the next 24 hours with totals to be expected in that range. It's not too much you can handle. You just get a little light purple dust in here. Just a little lavenderations going on. So, not lacerations, lavendering. Yeah, lavender sounds pleasant. Okay, so let's go with the pleasant. Pleasant stuff. Rather than you are fa. Fa. Fa, And I'm going to show you your worldviews, long-term forecasts, any radar manipulations. There's lots of manipulating going on, manipulating opinions, manipulating thoughts. And manipulating your penis in your pocket with your pocket pulling it. Yeah, manipulation. Interfering with your ability to even be a spiritual being. By being what other people tell you to be. Be all that you can be, as long as that's what we say. Welcome to mind control. Do it all our way. We're all going to Macarena the same way. You held your finger a little around. If you don't get it just right, you're not part of the crowd. Fuck the crowd. I'd rather scream loud. I die on my feet marching forward, not on my knees licking the boot of the proverbial man. Wall man, man. Hey, look, you probably had a batch come over right about here. And you go, Tazzy, right on schedule, and I get those totals right in you, a little bit of snows in your mountains, and we're getting to the time of my concern. Right, as they play around with the EMF and the manipulation, I'll know for sure here on this date right here, and I'm pointing it right there. I'll watch the beams. I'll know whether it's going to go over the top, whether it's going to come down the bottom and up the top. That's a weird scenario, folks. There's a weird scenario here. Yeah, it all has to do with the flow through Cook Strait. Where they pull it through. Where's the Venturi effect going to occur? And nearly all of them, where my hand is here, all of them Zealand is blacked. Is Fubario. Where my pinky is like picking the nose there high. I'm helping. Oh, Dr. Evil into the mouth. $5 million, whatever money he said. So this is a snowy day for you guys. You want to jump along a little bit here and enjoy watching your frostiness, because it's winter time. Winter time. The chem bomb in your ear up there too long. We get to watch everybody going on their Saturdays. Okay. That's not good. What does Access say? The opposite. They say it's over here, the flow. What does ICANN say? I'm moving in now, folks. He's going in. He's going in, but I want more days. I want more days. Give me one more day. You never get another day. See, they don't agree about the bubble up because I guess even the weather plan don't quite know what the philanthropist is going to do with his weather devices and backdoors into computer chips and stuff that operate almost all our missile defense radar systems around the world, including the radar on your boat. Oh, it is to check in now and download something, but everybody's out there is doing it at the same time. You're going to EMF the sky around you. Localized EMF perturbation of the atmosphere. Well, that's an Amazon guy. It could be my waterproofing for my shoes. Okay. Fiji. Hey, I'm not liking this. This is a setup that brings another batch behind it that then creams these islands up here, just north of it. And Fiji will hold the beam to hold it off. Strip it up over here, brings an up and around of moisture for about the next week. There's your moisture supply. Okay, that's going to happen. One's got a terrible scenario. Absolutely terrible. If I put the pressures on, you guys start freaking out. It's right around here. One of the scenarios, he's got a cyclonic system forming extremely suddenly on the burp off of this one here. But this system's going to be interesting. It's going to lock in with another low, and all three of them are going to fuck off at the same time. This low and these two low here are locked in a bubble up here. While the bubble up here is locked, this other one, you're just going to do something very funny. It has to. This is a weird curveball. Watch what this do. Reports Sufan is very cold on the Gold Coast. Jared Hasty says a huge amount of chemicals Northern Vic. I guarantee you I'm gonna do that part of the show with all the fervor I can find in my heart to describe a terrible thing that's going on. And so expect full sarcasm and all that, because I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood. I'm in the mood for love, simply because the earth is near me. Deep in my heart it cheers me, the mighty heartbeat of the earth's love. Here you go. That thing just danced around the Whakatane region, according to the ECMWF, for a day and a half. It is not going to be good for the rumbling of the seismic activity in the chromatic trench. It's not good for decreasing tensions in the magma chambers underneath this island. And I think the moon position might be just right. I give you just a big ass fucking rumbler. Right, excess is worse. What? Hunt says what? Right, that's bad. That's the sudden forming of a cyclonic system straight into shore. It's not going to be a huge low, but it's got all the dynamics of pulling this tropical stuff to mix in with the coldness. And there's fucking moisture everywhere. It's so moist you want to make a cake, but it would be a shit cake. Patty cake, Chem bomb man. Can I have some fresh air over here, please, man? Oh, big rumblers in Whakatane. How they love you, Chem bomb your Lonnie. You got any lawns left? Oh, a bit of frostiness here going toward the Peninsula. Or should I call that the ant's antenna? Here's his body. There's where the stinger area would have been down here. Yeah, the whole side of that mountain range. It's a giant insectoid right here. Gonna look you right in the eye. Radii. Very incredible features we have in this world. Insect eyes have bulb. A bulb. Yeah, that's part of my imaginary, but I digress. You guys got a low-pressure dancer going around in New Zealand here, coming in around the 23rd, and giving you the high colonic cyclonic. Hey, right, I'm going to go up here to the far north over here. Hi, welcome to your fucking reality of geoengineering. It's your turn now, but yeah, I do got plumes. I got booms. I got stuff I can show the states. I got next-red radars loaded. I've got freaking so much stuff. Some of them I might have forgot to get to. What is this red mosaic? No, that didn't show me the mosaic radar I was after. That's where he puts all of them on one page. Mosaics and dashboards are very important when you're Googling. This is a beautiful device to help calm our bodies down to the frequency of the Earth when you set on number 3 over there. Called the Ione device. I call it the Ione pulse. And so I want to offer you a little assistance in taking your health into your own hands. His supply's quite limited. These were made in England. And so I'm going to go back to my radar because we get fried so much. That's the U.S. storms that are coming over, but I'm going to cover eyes right now. Right, we are still running. Good. So I didn't have to go there to see it. So where was I? I digress. Right, we had a bit of action here coming off the coast here of the far north and including down on this coastline here. So I'm going to pull it out and zoom in as I need to. Okay, so I'm going to go back in time to today. I was in the future, time traveling with my mind. Is it any less real than you think it is to take your body? Because when you close your eyes and you dream at night, is your body still there? The fuck it is. Maybe. Oh, if the person sleeping next to you doesn't see it and you're both dreaming at the same time, you both could disappear together. It's a beautiful dream world. So you got the highway getting done over here and the Goldie over here. You're back down there again. I thought you was way up north there. You're following the whales again. A beautiful stretch from when it was out in Crafts. Hey, Brisbane here. Hey, look at Brady. Doesn't that look like a whale a little bit? Ooh, at that blunt head. The Mobius. You could walk over between islands. That map is highly inaccurate, no. The storms have silted it up so bad and sanded it up, you can at times of day walk to the tip of Bribey Island. Pick your freaking litter up when you're out there. Take an extra bag. That's disgusting me. Just because you can walk out there don't mean you can hide your trash. So stop it. Disturb not that which does not disturb you. And if it disturbs you, try not to disturb it. And then maybe you'll stop. Wow, a bit of a storm looked like it was tickling you on the tent there. Gonna have to go down south now. And I tell you, I ain't forgot you maniacs down there. And for the Tazhole maniacs down there, here's one for your Tazhole. And we'll fit Vic in, and we'll try to get this corner in down here. I wish I don't like the screen size, actually. It's keeping things from being super zoom, but this is what this computer does. And so, I ain't fucking with. Okay, here comes the slammer. Very cold air. This should kick our snow fairly instantaneously when the condensates collide with what's hanging out from keeping it all hot here and heating it up with your various devices, resistance and all that frying that goes on in the geoengineering, which is different than weather modification, which I showed you yesterday, and that's different than cloud seeding. 3 different things, and wrong is still wrong in all 3 cases. I have a comment that says I have a friend holidaying over there at the moment. A Goldie. Holidaying over there, ATM. You're hanging out at the ATM. And this guy looks miserable. Now, I've seen some of your guys' pictures that you shared with me. I'm just going to keep it on a corner down here, but I'm going to zoom right along. Right here, coming in about nighttime 20th to my time. Vic hits a smack. Right here. Sedona Fryer's going to have to come on. Adelaide's going to have to come on to shove that storm along. And these ones here will be tickling along. You'll just see scatter beams and stuff to split this into bands. Otherwise, it might all fall in one spot that they don't want it to fall. That's right. Geoengineering is a they. It's a who. It is the question of the day for all of us to honestly answer with facts that can be proven. But when you ask for proof of something that's hidden and it's done in a back room, well, then it's time for a posse to deal with things. You know, the groups of people to think about things. And I talk about vigilantism. So, you know, in my dreams, I dream all sorts of things. I have dreams of gallows are involved with bowling alley. Slide for the heads of some of these people that what they done to children. Now, you ain't hanging out in that cell. Nah, we ain't feeding you the rest of your life while you're perverting it up in jail. Now you're gone. It's just so disgusting. And chipping children would be wrong too, because the computers will know exactly where they are, what their blood type is, what organ could be sold, and well, there's a lot of people in this world that got no empathy. And sometimes I think they are a bunch of crocodile heads from another fucking world, and they come to take it over. And even the sky is making it so these cold-blooded bastards don't get too high. And they block the sunlight, and they tell you they got food growing somewhere else, and you don't have to have it in your garden anymore. The victory garden is gone. It's almost an act of rebellion to grow a tomato these days. And while we know what's being done with your old cucumber the system, give you a whole bunch of GMO seeds to plant so that when you do grow, they convince you how to do it. It costs you 20 times more water than buying one would have done. So go find your organic farmer and offer you some of your time. Say, hey, can I shovel some good shit out in your field and I'll cut it in there and with a hoe for a bag of vegetables? And I could do this every week. Don't do these things. Share your time. I'm sure it will not be declined. Or can I go fix some of your machinery because I'm a mechanic? You never say no to that. That always would give me a bag of potatoes. And we got to do these things. Got to help each other. The price of feed's going to go out the ass. The price of corn goes up. Feed goes up. Because they use it for oil. They use it for biofuels and all sorts, some of the stuff. So plant hemp. We could plant hemp all around the world. It's a great biomass. It's so versatile. It's very, very versatile. Okay, some of the totals still showing a bit high for you along the corridor here. I'm very concerned when I see a hook like this with that in the center. That's telling me they're chem-bombing the law. Chem-bombing the law. Well, they chem-bomb the hell out of you guys today, and that's where I'm going to head now. Maybe as in genitals they present to you the shit-stained skies of the Anzacios. They band together and will kick your fucking ass if you come here. But when you go other places together and run into machine guns because a rich guy with a whistle has an ego, we have a feeling that you're fighting for the wrong freedom. What just happened? My screen just went a bit blank. That's the switch over. I gotta shut some of this down. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, USA. I won't get back to that quite straight away. Let's see, if I pop the link to that, yes, I'm going to pop you a link to SatLink. You can keep track of this yourself to keep your own safety in your own hands, because that's a nice thing to do. And you see loopy patterns in the sky by a thing on your flight trackers. Go on here and look. You zoom right on in here. Like in this corridor of EMF over here, for instance, let's look at the wine region of it. Rattlade here. I'm going to turn off some of this distracto. I'll turn off the legend at the bottom. Right. You guys get sprayed like bugs and you're being fried. This is cold air on the low deck coming in. This is warmer tropical air being mixed in from something that's injecting from out here. Starting the initial plummet right out here. You see a waveform actually coming up through the cloud deck on the low deck here. It's moving south and north, so something is stirring the mix up in the corridor here. There's a lot of known radar devices here that will do this. Very well known frying-eyed area. So if I start over here in the west and move my way to the east, I will have shown the goat. Or the innocence of it is the case I hope will be. Look at that crap right there. Oh my. Look at Boogeyman's face. Or crab club. Suck, it's Kermit the Frog, man. He's been boiled. Right out here at Chris. Right at Chris the front here. Kermit the Frog here. I think I'm boiled. Is that your business? Eyeball. Boom. Plum, 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 plum over the ocean. Controlling the weather here and there. Control it in your everywhere, man. Straight ass line of crap. Moving across and across and across. See all these waveforms out here. It's not all just microwaves. There's chemical catalysts being deployed. I'll see one straight off right here. And this is moving forward in time, 10-minute jumps. And then if we look over into wine growing areas and all that, you see that somebody showed me a crazy pattern today. There it is on the low deck. So yes, I will say that it was not a survey being done, that created clouds. Cloud creation is geoengineering. The beans is the modification, right? So weather's already going on, you gotta aim it. And the seeding is taking a cloud and changing its dynamics. It's usually done on the low deck. However, clouds going by can be seeded by high-level balloon platforms. Yep, the gondola, man. Gone, gondola. Gonzo, the Gonzo Gong Show. It's time to Chem ride. It's time to show you all the boom boom plums tonight. Boom boom boom. Boom 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 boom. See where you are? The capital of the country. Here's a big composite square over it, it looks like. Wow. We'll just fly that on over here. There's another chemtrail there. Chemtrail. Bombs going off out in the ocean. Streamers over there. You got chem bombs in your sky. Put down your phone, look up, and use your eyes. When they're booming and they're pluming, all in there ruining, they're killing all your dreams. Boom, boom, plumes. Chem bombing you. Boom. Yeah, I got to ruin that. They were just enhancing the sun. Look at all the look at all the chem baps over here. Chem bomb, boom, ba, ba, plume, ba, the grand plume, ba. That's what Bill Gates is. He's the grand plume, ba, because he's funding all this shit. And his lackeys, called Dara and Keith, lackeys, poisoners, providers of death in our skies, and experimenting over us, over all life. Really, if a tree could roll out the justice, I think everybody should have to take a long walk in the woods and let the tree decide their fate. Will they make it out of Markwoods or not? Orcs and trolls are everywhere, man. Getting everywhere. Streamers of death off your coast. Look at this crap. How many directions of the wind did you have here? Right in that spot. Right here. And that area is Ula Dula the fuck, I can't quite read that. Kiama Reeves. Can I get this a little higher? Oh gosh, I can see it again. Right, you see that there? Look at that there. That's a Zionist star. No, it ain't. No, it's got double horns. It ain't quite right yet, but I think maybe they tried. Right outside your house is a government. The Zionist symbol is right over the top of you, or perhaps they've drawn a pentagram or a hexagram, and then who knows what they're doing to your gram when they get them behind closed doors in the hospitals with the glass in front of you, was looking outside. Your own mother was in there at Christmas and you went along with it. Some of you fucking people out there should be ashamed of yourself. And I dubbed the unforgiven. Look at this bomb going off out here in the ocean. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 booming over you into a big square area. You just bombed your asses up out there if you was in a boat. Not to mention this shit over in Camp Barrett area that just stayed in place. Just stayed there, just bombed up microwave. You got more chemtrails going by here than in Denver Airport. That was one of the worst airport areas I ever visited. Because they're so high up in the air at altitude, the chem is closer to the fallout zone. And you're living in the fallout zone, breathing day and night, getting fucking owned. Yep, they're blocking out the light, there's no moon and stars. So where will you be to stop it all the harm? Cause you're living in a chem zone. to fly in with planes and you with bombs. You are being pwned. Okay. Stand up. The game is over. The back is the board on it. And you will feel so free with the weight of their responsibilities and their debts off our shoulders. They make mistakes, they pay for it. Not us. Taxation is theft. Repeat after me. Taxation is theft. Legalese is not my life. Repeat after me. I do not contract. Repeat after me. No more, no more. I am not the system's whore. Chem bombs fucking suck. And this is the Great Barrier Reef being bombed to death. To oblivion. Because they want a passage to bring coal out here. They do. They've been trying for years. No. Don't be bleaching our reef and blaming things. No. Don't say you have to cut a big part of it out to save the rest. Because if you just stop putting acid in our skies, stop owning all life on this planet like we're entitled to it. Because this chem out here is absolute crime scene. You know, from Melbourne through the mountains, out across the ocean. It didn't end. It never ended. And look at how they fraying Auckland and all this up here. Bzzz, getting fried, Kiwi style. Right over a volcano field that people worry about. But that doesn't help. Electromagnetic perturbation of the Earth's mantle and crust can induce earthquakes. Frequency. Tesla's oscillator. Look it up. Was a device that could make earthquakes. When he nearly brought his apartment complex down, the police came in and shut him down. Boom, boom. See the waveform holding off the flow from the strait? Your whole weather would be different if the winds were allowed to flow as Mother Nature asked. If we let the trees set the water cycle of the planet, wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? The oxygen they would give off, the memories they will hold inside them that will last long after us. If we cut down trees by the very toxins we have them rotting the inside of them, the fires that burn inside the trees are as hot as a furnace that you can smelt metals in. It's absolutely terrible. No more. So many things. I am not the system's whore. Fuck you. You could stick that toxic vaccines up your ass. You could stick this geoengineering up your ass. And well, you can stick your ass up your ass as far as I'm concerned. You pimp-ass bastards sold our fucking Mother Earth. A whole planet has been affected by this. Now, there might be a gap while this loads. Hey, I get to have a sip of water. I'm getting wild up, folks. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling passionate. You're fucking with my mother. They're smacking her face. You know, I'm in the room this time. You will. I'm my own daddy. Daddy, boom, daddy. Everywhere I go. I want to see a blue spot. Please. Let's zoom out. We should have the whole Earth's image up here. Oh, please. Oh, there's a pulse. It was a pulse that went by. It's a big wrecker. All right, we're going to have a mimic moment, too. Okay, that looks clear. Oh, man. Scalar squared bombs. Okay, let's try again. Right there. Oh, fucking microwaves and squares, son of a bitch. I'm going to find a place that animals are going to allow to have some sunlight. What about here? That was fairly blue there, fairly blue. Oh, fuck. Chem bombed. The whole world has been sold. All these animals getting their sunlight blocked. The things that they eat that are... Well, there's not a fish that's allowed to be a vegetarian if they kill off all the sunlight. Did you see the spinner out here? Yeah, I seen that coming. Look at the center of it. Just look. It's not natural flows. It's full of chem bombs. Triple shed from one point here. V. It may look like a hurt. It's just sad to see all these plumes out here. They're falling out over the whales and stuff. They're pulsated across the United States. I've got to see this. Hey, where's my mimic? Mimic! I gotta see, what did they do? We're going over the ocean here, folks. We gotta see. Here's a pulse. There has to be. It interfered with the chip. Right here. They had a pulse. There he goes, right there. Right at the end. Gotcha. Excuse me a minute while I get this all on the screen. That should show it just fine. Yep. We have beamings. So it's shooting up through here. Left and see the line. And it interfered with the imagery chip. It's also going to induce some quakes along this area here. It's not going to be good. Even at the waveform echoing through Mexico City area and stuff here, I have concerns. New Madrid fault's been disturbed. Pulls off that line of moisture here. Gives the corridor for that there. You can see the separations that the actual pulses interfere with the chip. Been doing this a long time. Sprayed like fucking bugs you guys were. Look. Look what it looks like. Okay. And yeah, with these microwaves get the molecules in our body vibrating terribly. Yeah, like you ever play with that toys that go with the balls at it in the string. You grab one on one end and it pops the energy all the way through the other, and they all just start swinging and popping. Well, the same thing happens with molecules in your body, pretty much. And when they get hit with certain waveforms. You know, the ionic device that I've been telling you guys about, this one here, is available online. It brings your body right back into the 7.83 frequencies and various other ones that I'll have to do another presentation on this. So I'll pop a link into the chat on that. See the other side of the beam going up through here. So mid-Atlantic ridge as well. That could very well quake. I'm going to cut that back off because it uses a lot of stuff there. So as I look at some of these storms that you guys didn't get through here, you just get fright. Microwave plasma with chem bomb nucleations in it. That was the chemical catalyst, causing these streamers of magnetic reactiveness. The molecules are vibrating enough to make them warmer than the air around them. They might, and there's moisture, they'll condensate or make a droplet, and it shows up on that as an interference pattern very often. You know, when I look at that, it's somebody drew that. That's one of your loopy patterns that you would see on your flight path 24. So you go on here and document it. The best one for doing that with is the sat view, because you can get a live image then, and to confirm your suspicions of stuff. You know, and even to try to peek through the clouds here. Did it need any more blocking of the sunlight? If your car did that, would you get a ticket for pollution? No, I'm not having it. These microwaves frying everything up. We're being hard, we're being pimped, we're being bitched, we're being owned. Yeah, New Zealand, I'm going to come in for a quick charge. Charge it! Hey, where'd you go? Over here. Let's see if we can catch him. Oh my God, look at the guilt here. Look at all the chem bombs. This is confirming from above what you guys have been showing me. Look at the deployment here. Boom, boom, boom! Streaming out. Whammo! Look, 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 look. It's almost a Staffordshire knot. The pretzel. The knot was invented here, where I am now. The pretzel knot. Evidently the Staffordshire knot could hang 3 people at once. And that's why it was done in the 1500s, late 1500s. I love to know things, you know. Look at the beak on that, like a bird. Oh, it's Mick Jagger's lips. Ooh, you see? Imaginarium, that shit. I'm tired of being a beast in their burden. I want to go home and draw the curtain, put some music on the radio and make some fucking love for once to me. For me, for a change. Look at that. It looked like something smoking a spliff. Big old head at it. Wings all spread out, tendrils just falling out on you guys, microwaves frying you. Fish probably, it ain't sushi no more, it's coming pre-fried. He said, I'm going to eat sushi. Bullshit, but now it should have been fried for years. Kermit has boiled, that is all. Ladies and gentlemen, Kermit the Frog boils himself. Don't sit inside the kettle. Hey, what the hell is that? The ass cloud over here. Look at the colors of light it refracted. Noctolescent clouds being formed by microwaves and chem bombs. Look at the ice refraction here, folks. This is right here, before your eyes. Bam, 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 bam. Just like I showed you in the moving imagery. They had all day to take this off here. They must be proud of themselves. That almost looks like smoke. So it's possibly some people get some fires in for cooking going on in, and the smoke will settle in the valleys. Let's try to think of some natural things. Because it's things are natural for my father instincts to kick in. Right? My grandpa instincts are even worse. What you would do for your son, you'll damn sure do for your grandson, right? Right? Because you know its time is less. And I'm going to leave a better world for this, or die trying. And in a way, I think I have. I made us look at this death here, so we could laugh it in the face, so we can get on with it. This is very lower. It makes you want to go in your room and close the door. So it makes you have to sing some songs. And dance around afterwards, frolicking, or even just... I very often, to be honest with you, I'm in tears when I get after these videos. I have a hard time rewatching them. Because it saddens me. I've been describing this for a very long time. Compare it to a train wreck. It's in slow motion, and I'm on the train. And I'm running in every car, and all stop handles are breaking off in my hand. And the train, it won't stop going. What's next? Left. Throw myself on the tracks in front of it while I look at SWAT stickers? And I'm not allowed to draw in Germany, but yet there they are over the top of you. They got a guy named Klaus Schwab, who's obviously related to some cis type stuff. Done research has shown this. And, well, you wonder why things are so dystopian. And why Hitlerian rules, draconian measures are so abundant. As you keep playing their game. Well, when I see him spraying the whales, and I wonder about that Star Trek episode where if there wasn't a whale song here to answer something that came along, the earth would perish. Well, it's not up to us what could be here and there-ish. And it ain't up to us to toxify the air, as I am showing here. It's a very sad thing to report. I've showed you your weather, I've showed you your totals. Be you, be free, be oneness. Big love, peace, stay safe.